good people of FPV. How are you guys doing out there? Let's give some thumbs up in the chat, thumbs up the video as well, because YouTube does not like the FPV community recently. They don't put our videos up in the ranks like they used to back in the day, in the early days of DJI, when drones were a new thing. Now it seems that they're used for mostly nefarious purposes around the world. So the point of this channel is to keep the FUN side of things going, the hobby side of things going, and separate ourselves from that sort of negativity that's happening around the world with our fun ass FPV drones. So today I'm freaking super excited because, yeah, you can see it there on my other screen here that that's the one, the Radiomaster TX15 Max Edition with the AGO2 gimbals. It's the M2 version. It does not come with batteries, but it does come with the radio, with all of the bling on here. It has the built-in LEDs. We also include an autographed drone camp's 5-inch propeller, freestyle propeller on there. It's one of the Johnny FPV propellers, and all the accessories that come along with that in the box. So this is probably around I would say around 230 to $35 value, because it includes the shipping, and I'm going to ship it to your front door for free. So, whenever you see a video like this come up for a giveaway, if anybody ever says, "Hey, you won," I'm pretending to be Drone Camps RC. Don't get fooled, because there are some scammers out there right now. There's tons of scams on the internet, but um, drop in the chat. Let me know how you guys are doing. Where you're tuning in from today for this giveaway. And it's crazy. I'm looking at the amount of people watching right now. You don't have to be present, because people ask me like recently, like, do I have to be present for a giveaway? No, you don't. Um, but yeah, so you don't have to be present. But less than 30 people watching a live Radiomaster TX15 Max Edition giveaway. That's crazy. I feel like if this was a another channel of whose name we don't speak of, there'd be 500 people in here all freaking out and foaming at the mouth to get this thing. So you could see maybe how the algorithm works in that case. Uh, so this is an unsponsored video. It is an ELRS transmitter. Yep. Unsponsored. They didn't send me this radio to give away to you guys. They sent me this radio for review, which I did, and I also decided to give this one away. Um, and it wasn't a collaboration with Radio Master. I just want to be able to give something back to the community, that like I want you guys to feel as stoked about the hobby as I do, and have something really nice to fly. You know what I mean? Like I want to give some of the stuff that I have, like, back to you guys. That's what like helps, just spread some joy out into this world right now. And if you've been watching the news recently, there's just a whole bunch of stuff going on, and it seems pretty depressing in the news lately. Last night, we, my lady and I, was chilling on the couch. We decided not to watch the news, but we did watch on Amazon Prime. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but you should go watch it. It's 1984, the movie that came out in the 1980s. Might have even came out in 1984. 84, 85, that movie came out. But man, it is dark. It is a dark film, but it also kind of sheds some light on how there is information control out there on the internet, and how it's used in advertising purposes, or uh, ways to control population, information warfare, to be able to control your opinion of things, even to the deepest levels of your subconsciousness. It's pretty crazy. It's a very specific science of influencing how you feel about things. Okay, so that happens out there all the time on uh, the new space of the internet, which infiltrates your mind every day. Um, but my goal here, and my goal is to be able to influence you positively. We always try to be positive on this channel, and Yeah, it's gonna be either Biden's fault or drone's fault, right? Um, or FPV drone's fault. So also in this giveaway, we're giving away this along with it. This is a replacement motherboard for this TX15. The one that's in there right now works, but you're gonna have a backup. So if something goes wrong with your radio, you can pull the other one out, plug things in here on the board, and have a backup of that. So I'm gonna also include that in the box. I should keep it for myself because I also have a TX15 that I got the gold edition. Um, but I thought this would be um, a nice gift to put in along with this TX15 Max. I thought that'd be super cool. So that I'm just giving a little more in that box, and who knows, maybe I'll throw in some other stuff um, from the archives here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want this to be good. I want this to make somebody super happy. Also, I gotta say, like, this happens every single time we do a giveaway, and sometimes it makes me not want to do giveaways because there's always like a handful of people that get really butthurt after they don't win. Um, so I always have to say right before we do the giveaway, announce the winner. Um, you know, say congrats to the person. Just be happy for that person that we and just that we did this, right? Just that we did this. What other channel out there right now? What other FPV drone channel is giving away a TX15 Max? I mean, this is a pretty big deal. And I thought that this would have gone way further up into the community than it really did. I'm surprised. So those that didn't share it with other people, you didn't post it in the Facebook groups, those people that don't know about it, um, man, sucks for them, you know? But you guys know about it, and I appreciate that, and I always appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us on the channel. I do have some super cool stuff coming up. I do have to show you there. I mean, obviously, you can see there's some new colors on the Drone Camps logo. Every once in a while, I give sort of a channel refresh. Um, and if we look at I the appreciate site right now on YouTube, you can see up at the top of the screen we have a new banner, kind of including a little bit of everything on the channel. Like I always say all the time, we're an RC channel. We are also an FPV channel. We're an airplane channel. We're a cars channel. And you know, I I would love to do separate all of these, but I just don't have the time to make separate channels. So, you're going to get a variety of stuff on the channel. So there is some new colors on there just to kind of like refresh things and make it a little brighter and happier. And like, yeah, like I want to do is like I want to identify with being an RC channel and sort of bright colors, make it happy, and yeah, just the overall happier look. We don't want to appear to be some type of yeah. I don't want the negativity associated with the channel, so I'm doing that. And also, if you want to support the channel, the best way to support the channel is go to dronecamps.com, click on the FPV store. You could scroll down and see like we have drone services. I don't know that there's any other service attached to such a large YouTube channel where you can get something fixed, you can get it set up, you can click on the plans, and you can see the different setups here for the service center. $200 setup for HD or analog, drone repair program, and long range drone plan for the big 7-inch ones. As well as a build service on there. And I think the coolest thing about this and the store is the fact that it's a source that you can trust, right? And some of the stuff in here I've flown once, I reviewed it once, but it's there's everything on there from like DJI and analog stuff. There are goggles, there are radios, camera drones, and I'm surprised someone didn't snap this one up, the Atom SE. RC helicopters, goggles and antennas, chargers, hats. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff on here. It's super cool. Everything on there from like DJI and so and that stuff is shipping from the United States, which is another another reason to hop in there and grab something. And we put up a big update on Friday, and a lot of that stuff sold out. Okay, let me double check on the someone said there's a is there any echo for you guys? We have monitor off, so it shouldn't be too much of an echo. That's weird. Maybe there was some weird setting. So, you know where it was? It was in the browser setting. Okay, let me double check on the. Okay, so maybe now you don't hear an echo in there. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, so awesome. That just when I flip to one screen to another, sometimes the monitor gets for the desktop audio for the computer actually gets turned on, and I had to turn that off real quick. So there is the TX15 on the bench. Again, it has four three-position switches across the top. I love that. It has the flat panel arm switch right here that I like a lot. It does have a rotatable 90-degree antenna. So you can go 90 degrees or you can go horizontal, which is nice. They don't have the anodized aluminum top plate switches on here, which is one of the things they removed. But this Max Edition is it's actually cheaper than the Boxer, I believe. The Boxer Max, I think that one comes in around, isn't that one still $250, you guys? Am I wrong about that? Hopefully the echo's not back. To enter the giveaway, all you have to do is comment on any of the videos during the month because I do and I will pick a winner during this live stream from one of those videos from the month. So while I'm chatting with you guys, I'll go back and look and we'll do it live because I have another browser over here that I can open and look at all of the entries. And all you have to do is like, comment, subscribe, and let me know where you're from. Pretty simple. So yeah, that's a pretty freaking sweet giveaway. This is the Radiomaster website. It's 200 or it's $199, excuse me. You can get it in red, black, or gold. I also have the gold edition. Let's take a look at the black one. That's cool. Now, what's really cool about this too is it does have the built-in LEDs, which years ago, if you have been around in the hobby for a while, you know that you had to install those LEDs. And I guess Radiomaster had made so many of them, they decided to put them in the radio. And this is an ELRS FCC version. Ohio. What's up, Ohio? How's it going, Nick? Cajun Green Man. Cajun Green Man, drop me an email on the website if you can, brother. I like to chat with you, bro. So let me scroll down here a little bit. It does work on 2.4 and 915, which is why I think right now that I love this radio so much because any of the receivers that these companies will send me for a review, I can, I can bind it up and use it with the exception of Gemini receivers, which I don't use a lot because I'm not flying a lot of range flying this year. I'm not doing any range flying myself, not with the way the current political climate is too. It's just not something I'm interested in right now. And plus, people always ask me like how far away I would fly, and I usually don't fly further than I want to walk to pick it up if I crash. If you get my drift there. So it does have an H7 processor in there, STM32 H750 processor, which is running Edge TX software OS on this radio. It does have a full color screen as well, multi-frequency on 2.4 sub G 900. and it is a touchscreen, which is freaking awesome. 600 nit. It does have a built-in physical fan in the back, not just a heatsink. Most of the larger radios have a full-size fan. AGO2, probably the most important part in in my mind about this radio, aside from the dual frequencies, is that it has very nice gimbals. And you can customize the light color inside the gimbals, which is pretty cool. You can do that inside the radio in the system settings. You will have to buy a couple 18650 batteries, which is totally acceptable, I believe. Also, internal flash memory up to 4 GB, so you could probably have as many RC models on this radio as you want. Airplanes, quads, whatever. You could probably even drive an RC car with this thing. It does have a micro SD card slot right there and a built-in gyro, which is crazy because you could actually control the pitch and the roll axis of your aircraft with the built-in accelerometer. That is pretty cool. Hey, Technique FPV, I appreciate the $2 to help the backyard farm, bro. We are a we are an FPV channel with a backyard mini farm. We got 7 chickens back there, so that helps for chicken food. Right now, it's costing me about $15 a week. So you just bought the chickens a little bit of food there, bro. Appreciate that. Right on, JP's. This you are at work right now? That's cool. It's nice to be able to tune into a podcast or something like that where you're at work. Just makes the day go a little bit faster, especially if it's actually something worthwhile. Um, I love that during my day too. I will listen to certain live streamers. I listen to a lot of like homesteader videos as well. So I like to learn about different techniques and things I can do to make our chickens' lives a little easier, and just to kind of streamline things in the backyard. Yeah, hopefully the audio sounds good. We are using a Shure mic, same mic they use on Joe Rogan, but it has been crazy lately in the news. What is going on? We had some friends over this past weekend, and we were all sitting there having a drink, and we were talking about just sort of the way it feels on the internet right now. It feels kind of crazy, and there's that comment that comes up in conversations like, "Is this? Are we living in an alternate like reality or universe right now? It seems like we're on like a parallel level of like what used to be normal." Um, and impartially, I think that's due to the internet. Um, I made a mixtape back in the '90s. I was a DJ. I was a techno DJ, and I made this mixtape, and the cover of the mixtape had a city burning down, and in flames and barbed wire and all this stuff. And across the top of that graphic, it said "super misinformed." And it was my theory about. We were big into the internet back in those days as well. I was on the early internet, even far back into the '80s and the BBS boards and stuff. And so, as we're coming up through the '90s, I realized that information 20 years from that point could probably be so convoluted and crowded, and it would be hard to tell what the truth was. So I came up with this concept for a mixtape called "Super Misinformed," and it was like the idea of society um, once there is too much information, right? Um, Information is good, but too much information creates confusion. And in 2025, I think we're seeing that. I think that that idea has come true. Right on. Long Beach, California. I appreciate that, Baxter. Appreciate that. Thank you. I know it's late for some of you guys around the world. We won't keep you too long today, but I did just want to drop that, sort of drop that like extra in this giveaway, the motherboard. Here it is. I showed it earlier. If you're just tuning in, drop us a thumbs up in the chat and on the video itself so we can get boosted up in the algorithm. So I showed you guys some of the specs on this radio. I don't know if I can't click on this on the screen. I was going to make this bigger and show you guys the specs, but I don't really think anybody cares because it is an ELRS radio with 915 and 2.4, and that's really with all the bling on there. Who cares about the rest of the specs, right? Um, you know, additionally on here too, we have. Let me just show you my external camera here. The back side of this. Okay, the back of this radio, it does have a full size JR module bay, and it does have TBS agent already built into the system settings. So you can go in there and make some changes for TBS if you're using TBS. And I believe the cover's in the box. Hopefully that cover's somewhere. But yeah, let me know where you're tuning in from. Appreciate all the guys on the live stream today. Thank you guys for joining us. I've been looking forward to this for a while. I've been looking forward to doing this giveaway. I thought when I first decided to do it, I thought, man, this would be a really great giveaway because this is a brand new radio. And I don't know if you guys post it in the chat if you're having any problems getting any of your imported Chinese stuff in through customs this past couple months, especially the past month. I feel like the past months has even gotten tighter for imports. Let me know if you're having any problems experiencing import delays. Because as we approach 2026, as I've been preparing you guys mentally for the possibility of, um, I already prepared you for the supply chain reduction on DJI. 12 months ago, we started that. Um, and they're talking about, like they said, like I said, there was, there's an FCC amendment which looks like it may target some components made by DJI. So that would stop a lot of our beloved DJI FPV VTXs and cameras from making it into the US. I had told you guys that there is a US company working on something, and when that comes out, it's an HD system. When that comes out, we will be involved with that and we will review that as well. So there is a domestic source that's gonna pop up. So um, will it be as good as DJI? For the way I'm flying right now, I don't think it really matters. I don't think it matters that it will be as good as DJI. Um, it's kind of like the the Potenzic drones. If you haven't heard of the DJI alternative called Potenzic, we did review the Atom and the Atom 2 and the Atom SE, and all three of those were great drones. And for under 250 grams to be able to shoot 4K, I believe it was 4K at 30. It may have been 60, but it was acceptable. And I think the big thing that we have to realize for this components and DJI uh, ban, first and foremost, it will really disrupt the entire commercial and private industry first. And that's where kind of my heart goes out to agricultural businesses, people that are producing our food, first and foremost, first responders. That I mean, for hobby stuff, that's not a big deal for as much of a big deal for the guys that don't make money with these drones, but the guys that make a living using those drones and helping save people's lives, that's what really sucks. And there may be some blowback from that for very simple operations like trying to find someone's dog or a senior citizen or child, man. Like that's terrible. That's terrible that system wouldn't be allowed to be used to find someone's child, right? Because of national security. That is crazy. So, and for security operations. Now, where we're at too with the hobby side of things, if they do that, the FPV hobby will definitely be affected big time in the U.S. Um, so I encourage you guys many months ago to buy your cameras, buy your extra VTXs, buy your camera cables, your O4 camera cables, because those things get shredded sometimes in a really bad crash. Hey, Rock is my flavor. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I am definitely trying to stay on top of the news. You guys might have noticed that I re-uploaded a video today for the ELRS situation. There is somebody named Christopher Henry Sauer who is currently applied for a U.S. trademark for ELRS in China and the U.S., which is totally crazy. That's an open source project. It is protected by GPL 3.0 licensing and branding. So technically, you're not allowed to do that when something is licensed as an open source branded product owned by a community. They can make a fork of it and they can call that fork their own, but they still have to give credit back to the original creators of the product. And it doesn't stop that product from being used in other products. It's completely insane. You cannot do that. It's like if someone tried to go and do the same thing for Betaflight. Not going to happen. So I had to update it. There were some errors in the video. Um, and I fixed those errors and I re-uploaded it just to make sure that you guys get the correct information. And I didn't want to do that video. I didn't want to do it, and I wanted to let it live on Facebook and live in the forums. I didn't want to do that video mainly because it's a very complex subject, and I needed to read more about it until I just spit out a 2 to 3 minute video talking about something I didn't know what I was talking about. So I waited like 2 weeks to make sure I had absorbed all the information I possibly could to do that. And then I released it. And then I still made some mistakes. So still had to go back and fix it. But now it's fixed. It's 100% correct. And I'll do that with all of my news items. If there's anything wrong, let me know in any of the news items because we don't want to put disinformation out there, um, which may affect people or innocent parties. So we do not want to do that. I want to give you guys the correct information. Yeah, and trademark is very sensitive stuff, and it involves a lot of lawyers and sometimes a lot of money. In this case, if you want to go donate to Express LRS, you can do that on their website. It's Express LRS, elrs.org. Welcome to the chat, Scoob Doo. So we are going to do this giveaway today. I mentioned something about the site earlier on YouTube. Our branding sort of has a refreshed look on there, and one of the reasons is because we announced the last couple weeks that we got a partnership. Well, we're an affiliate with Horizon Hobby, so now you'll start seeing some stuff from Horizon Hobby. I have a really awesome review of a brand new RC helicopter that's come out from Horizon. They do the Blade line of stuff, and also on that banner we have a few things from FMS on there as well, because FMS it has really really stepped up and really are going to give us some great stuff to review on the channel. So very excited about that. That's huge. Those are two of the biggest RC companies in the country. I mean, FMS makes awesome planes and really awesome RC cars. So I have some super awesome RC cars that are gonna some 4x4 crawlers coming up on the channel. Very very excited about that. Stuff like FPV. You say you love Horizon Hobby. I do too, man. They're they're a great company. They want to do positive things in the RC community, and I think that's really what it's all about. It's trying to keep it positive and just be a just be a positive influence, right? Yeah, there should definitely be more there. There was less than 30 when we first started up, but there's uh, more than 50 now, and that's great. That's much better than around 30. That would be really sad if only 30 people were watching um, a live stream like this, because this is a big live stream. This is a big giveaway. I, I would like to be able to do a bigger giveaway on the next one coming up. Uh, because I want people to be stoked, and I want people to go out and fly and have a good time. Um, RC Heli Overdose said you started with some Blade Heli back in the day. I did too, man. That my first RC Heli um, was a Blade 450, and that thing, if you looked at it, it would break. And the parts were so cheap for it at the time. You could find like there was just piles of those parts at hobby shops. And that you had to walk physically into most hobby shops back in those days and get stuff because a lot of stuff wasn't quite online yet in the early to mid 2000s. Well, by mid 2000s, it was just crazy. Everything was online. Um, but I used to shop at a local hobby shop in Virginia Beach, in Norfolk area, in Virginia, and then a shout out to Debbie's RC World. They uh, they used to be great friends of mine. When I was able to stop by and see what was new, I'd come walking in the door, and the owner would personally come up to me and start talking to me because he just knew I was going to buy something. He's going to buy a plane or something before I left. He was telling me one day that women would call the store. This is really funny. Women would call the store and he'd answer the phone and he'd say, Debbie's RC World. And immediately the woman on the other line, on the other side, was be like, what kind of place is this? My husband spent $3,000 last year at this place. What kind of establishment is this? Is this some kind of strip club or gentleman's club? What's going on here? Who are you? And he'd say, ma'am, we are a RC hobby shop. Your husband spent money on airplanes or helicopters, most likely. And apparently he spent a lot of money on RC planes and parts and helicopters. So you might want to go look in the garage. Debbie's RC World. Kind of sounds like it might be a strip club. But it is one of the most awesome. I don't know if that store's still there. If anybody's in Virginia, if you've been there, let us know because it's been a while. It's been probably 10 years since I was in that store. The owner was getting a little older at the time. He may have retired. Maybe he has kids who took it over. But it was very on par with Tammy's Hobbies out in Beaverton, Oregon. Um, Big store with everything. Trains, planes, one of the classic style hobby shops. The one that you walked into, and if you didn't buy something, you were probably not a male. However, A lot of girls do race RC cars and fly airplanes too. And very minimal amounts of girls do FPV drones. The ones that do post hot pictures on Instagram all the time. If you're a girl and you're watching this, no offense, but post your Instagram and get sponsored. It's kind of like the early days of kiteboarding. It didn't matter what you look like, as long as you were female and you posted your picture on social media, you could probably get a sponsorship. So I do recommend that. Technique asks if we can review the Flywing Huey V4. Technique, I will respond to that by saying we have been in emails with them recently, and it seems that once we helped Flywing and others help Flywing get off the ground, they kind of like they're trying to shoot for bigger channels now and only send stuff to bigger channels. So if anybody wants to see Flywing reviewed on the channel, shoot them an email and recommend that we review that RC heli. Um, because case in point, I've got the V3 Huey sitting right over there from last year, and for some reason this year they haven't sent us anything. But I emailed them about once every couple weeks, and I'm like, "Hey guys, we're ready to we want to do some fly winning reviews, so please email me back." And then when we get email back, they'll say, "Oh well, yeah, we have you in the list, and then when we have something new to review, we'll shoot you an email." I haven't heard anything back, but yeah, I'd appreciate that technique. Thanks, man. It's so weird when you help a company out, like in the very beginnings, and they made some cool stuff. Like I still want to fly the new updated version of the H1 flight controller that they made. They made a fancy new one with a bunch of fixes and updates to it. I just wish it was a little easier to calibrate it. The calibrating the compass on a RC helicopter is kind of a nightmare. It's like the most it's like trying to calibrate the compass on a 15-inch back there or something. It's ridiculous. It's hard to rotate it. Like 450 size helicopter. I do have a cool RC heli review coming up tomorrow. One of those military scale ones too. So very stoked on that one. Right on, guys. Welcome to the live stream. I'm glad we have you guys in here. And I really, hey, welcome to the chat, Mr. Raymond. I love seeing all you guys' comments. I, I'm I'm not big enough of a channel to ignore your comments and not read what you guys write on the videos. So I always read your comments, and sometimes I'll reply back or I'll just like the comment. Um, but I appreciate the comments on the videos, especially if you have like something nice to say. That just can make one guy's day. It really does. Um, I mean, it can take like a. I don't know if you've ever made a review before, but it can literally take 1 to 2 days to make one 10-minute video. Um, you have to have to unbox it. You have to set it up. You have to charge the batteries. You have to make sure everything's working properly. You have to get a sunny day. And then you have to film and hope nothing goes wrong, nothing breaks, nothing, you know. There's this thing I call the reviewer's curse. And it happens sometimes. You'll be reviewing something and the worst, stupidest, most idiotic thing occurs, and then it's broken. Yeah, it wasn't a fault, say, of like the maybe it was my fault. I have destroyed stuff before. I've also had stuff that just didn't work right out of the box. And then they'll send me an email say, "Did you make review yet?" No, no, I didn't. You have to send me another one. This is broken. Lee FPV, who remembered KK2? I do. If you are here and you remember the KK2 flight controller, put a thumbs up in the chat. So this is the radio of the hour. we are giving away a Radiomaster TX15 Max Edition. It's from the Drone Camps channel. It also includes this extra motherboard. So if you are just like tuning in, I showed this a little bit earlier. I'll show it again. Uh, I got this as a backup for my own TX15, but I'm going to give it to you. Um, so that is what you're also going to get with this giveaway. So I'm going to sweeten the pot. So if this one goes bad, you can plug everything into this one and you've got a brand new radio. So essentially it's like you're getting two radios in one. Um, I think that board is like 70 bucks. I don't think it's very cheap. Yeah, TX15MB. It is H7 core. So there is an H7 STM32 processor on there. Super nice. It also has a built-in 4 GB internal flash memory. So you can see processor there on the back on that raised platform. Freaking sweet. It has the buttons across the front there for the modes. That'd be a nice one just to put on the shelf and have it as a backup in your shop or wherever you keep wherever your pleasure room is. Man cave. So yes, it is repairable, and the cool thing about Radiomaster is they give away they don't give away. They sell all the parts for most of the radios on the website. I think that's really cool. Uh, that's kind of what makes it hobby grade, right? And lighted gimbals. The thing is, it's crazy. I should grab my gold edition and just show people what the gimbals look like. They look really nice when they light up. This one doesn't have batteries in it, but it does also still have the screen protector plastic on here. So I haven't even peeled that off yet. I did fly this radio a couple times, but it's just a way to give back. I also have some stuff to ship. We have some stuff that's going to go out today and tomorrow. So you maybe, if you made any orders over the weekend on the Drone Camp store, you will see a tracking number um, pop up soon from the FPV store. Our FPV store is dronecamps.com. We have repair services, setup services that you can actually trust, which is nice. It's from a valid hobby source. Not just a guy on Facebook that says they'll fix all your gear, ship it to him. That's a big chance. Taking a chance with some guy you don't know on Facebook that says, "Hey, man, I'll set up your drone. Send me your goggles, radio, and yeah." But yeah, we do all the setup and the switches and everything like that. And we also sometimes, if you buy like a quad from us, a certain one, and a radio or something together, I've done something before where I will install a receiver into a ELRS receiver and set it up with the radio, the switches, everything, and then I'll ship it to the person for free. So that's just another perk, which is kind of cool. But yeah, man, I am trying to do everything in a whole like 360 here, like helping people in all different directions that we possibly can on the channel. So bring some value to people's experience, you know? I don't know a lot of channels that will get down on that level with you. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys. So we have a radio to give away, and I'm on the fence for this next giveaway. I don't think I'm gonna announce it in this live stream. technique. You can't beat a radio tested by drone camps. That's true. It works. Oh, wow. East Coast Thrills is still on old tech X10 Skyfly or Fly Sky. I have a couple Fly Sky radios here that I'm binding up with some really amazing FMS airplanes that we have to fly for you guys. That will be a lot of fun. We should slap a camera on a couple of those so you guys can see like some onboard footage. Um, and I've literally got 3 brand new crawlers over there in the box that are waiting to go out for a little test drive with you guys too. Because I feel like this season in wintertime too is a great season for crawling, RC crawling because like it's cooler out and you're not going to be like sweating balls standing on the side of a rock quarry somewhere. Because all the rocks get super hot in the summer. It's just a little too hot to be hanging out in a rock pile. Magic Drone says, "Make it a surprise giveaway." Yeah, I definitely will. And I want to do it so that we kind of we sweeten the pot a little bit. I want to make it special again this next giveaway, because the next giveaway will probably go into the first part of December, and then what I want to do is I want to be able to announce the winner about somewhere before Christmas and soon enough that I could ship it so that you get it before like the week of Christmas. That would be perfect timing. I think that would be awesome. Um, so you get something new from the channel for Christmas this year. I can be FPV Santa Claus again. Um, that'd be fun. We also have an awesome 5-inch build coming up on the channel too. That's going to be a lot of fun. I just recently got a kit. It's an all-in-one kit in a box. Um, from one of the manufacturers. So we're gonna do a brand new build video coming up. I know a lot of people want to see build videos, so we're gonna keep supporting. Even though I am becoming all the time more and more general RC channel because I love all things RC, but I'm still gonna keep supporting and making FPV videos. All right, so if you're still here watching the live stream and you can hear me, go ahead and drop a honeypot in the chat. Honeypot emoji, because I'm about to share the honeypot with you that's here. Yeah, if you don't know how to do a honeypot, you can just type honeypot. It's all good here. No pressure. No pressure. All right, get in the drone camp's honeypot. Let's go. If you appreciate this channel and what we do here, the best way to support me, it's like a band when they go on tour. They make most of their money from the tours and the merchandise. So if you buy a quad from us on our website, that helps us the most. Or just buy anything off the website. That's the best way to support this channel and keep us going. Because literally, you guys have had like over the weekend we had the greatest amount of sales over the weekend, and I really appreciate everyone who bought something over the weekend. Because I don't I can't I have stuff I can't use, you know? So I would rather it be used, and even if you break it, who cares? Like, um, fix it and fly it again. I'm not gonna be upset if you break it. That's part of this hobby. I broke a frame last week in one of my reviews, and it was with the Air 6.5. And so what I did was I rebuilt it with a brand new frame, and then I just put it up in the store for $100, like, um, and with 4 batteries in the box. So I gave 4 batteries, uh, and that was I thought was a pretty good deal. And you didn't have to you don't have to wait for this stuff to ship from China, which is really nice. Okay, so um, I'm gonna go back through some of the videos here. I'm gonna look through the chat. I'm not gonna use an automated. Um, I'm not gonna use some kind of computer to pick the winner. I'm not really into that. I want to use a human in this process. So I'm not gonna use any kind of automation here. This is purely me. So I'm gonna go through this month's videos. Just gonna pick one that had a lot of comments, and it's gonna be totally random. Frederick says he's working on his vapor for days now. Seems like one thing after another. I'm about ready to throw it out the window. I feel you, bro. If you get to the end of your rope or whatever, just shoot me an email. Um, if I can help you out, I'll try to get you back up in the air. I can pull these apart pretty quick and diagnose them, and just like if we have any extra things we need to order or whatever, we can get them ordered, and we can get it fixed for you. So you can go on the website and click support. The support tab will take you to the contact page, and then you can shoot me an email, and I'll try to get you back up in the air. Um, if you're in the U.S., that helps a little faster. So that's the email page. And then the drone service page here for the different plans. Um, it would probably be the repair plan, which seems kind of expensive, but it covers a lot of bench time. I've given people entire days of my time to fix one drone. Um, and it gets really expensive for me really fast sometimes. And some of these repairs, I've gone days and days to fix people's stuff, just killing and crushing my own time where I have to be working on drone camp stuff. Recently, we had like this repair job for a guy and his son in California. It was one of these really super tight Cinewhoop jobs where everything is just, it's kind of like some of the iFlight, some of the Nazgul are kind of compact, but way more compact than a 5 inch. So I went the extra mile to get those guys going, and then I sent them a T-shirt because they had to wait a little longer for me to really get through the trenches of the repair and bring the thing back to life. Um, what a job that was! But they were able to start flying. I do. Somebody asked if I do PID tuning and filter tuning. I also do PID and filter tuning. It depends on what size it is. If it's over like a 5 inch, I try not to get into doing 10 inch and larger tunes, because it just gets kind of large and dangerous. A lot of times when I plug in like a 10 inch, I've cut the tip of my finger off with even a 3 inch, so I really don't want to catch a catch a 10-inch or anything. Um, I wear leather gloves when I plug in the battery with 10-inch, and always have like glasses on my face, like when I'm plugging stuff in. I've had them fly up and hit me in the face before. Yes, the Air 6.5 is awesome for indoors. Somebody asked if they were good. Yeah, I was wearing sunglasses when I don't know why my external camera just decided to die. I think it did. I think it just decided to die. Oh, it's back. Very strange. So yeah, you got to be careful. You know what I mean? Got to be careful. I appreciate that. Zhang IR. Appreciate that comment. Thank you, bro. Slovakia honeypot, bro. Thank you for the honeypot. So yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna make this happen. And it's about 2 o'clock West Coast time right now. I do need to finish up another video I'm working on for you guys that comes out tomorrow. So I appreciate the comments, appreciate the honeypots in the chat. Man, you guys got those honeypots on lockdown. No, someone asked if they're automatically entered. You're not automatically entered. You have to like, comment, subscribe. Like on a lot of YouTube channels, they just ask you all the time to like, comment, subscribe because it helps boost up the channel and the algorithm, and it helps the channel. So first and foremost, you got to help the channel, and then the channel will help you, right? You scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours. Yeah, weight regulations in Germany. Germany's going to start to crack down on more of the FPV drone stuff too in the coming probably 6 months. So you may see some more um, stricter regulations in the NATO and allied countries. Um, because of, we know why. I don't even have to say it. You guys know why. You guys know. You guys watch the news. Unfortunately, the landscape has changed. So if there's more crackdowns and things like that, my best advice to all of you guys would be to go and join up with a local club. And I think in 2026, the best investment for yourself you can do, I swear to God, is I'm not a big fan of the AMA anymore. I shouldn't say that live on the internet. Not a big fan of the AMA, but I did renew my I've been an AMA member since I can remember. And my best advice for you in 2026 to find a safe, Karen-free um, place to fly would be to go join a local RC club. I know it sounds like you would probably rather like eat a piece of dog poop than go join the AMA and get up in a club. But I think the bit of comfort that you'll get from just being able to sit there and just do your thing without nobody bothering you. I mean, and there's always going to be people around, but at least you won't be being approached from behind by someone you don't know, asking you what you're doing or if there's a camera on that thing. That's the most annoying thing in the entire universe to me is when someone comes up behind me and asks me if there's a camera on it. Yeah, right. East Coast Thrills, they make FPV look bad in the news. So they make us look bad in the news, and then we go out to fly. And then people in the public, I mean, if you're in the general public and you've never flown a drone, which 99% of people out there probably haven't, and they see you flying a drone, like, God forbid you're in a park somewhere and there's a playground on the other side of it, right? Um, you know, some of these moms out there, I'm a white male, so I'm not allowed to be angry in public, right? As a white male. Uh, but if you're a white female, you can be pissed. You might get videoed and uploaded to YouTube by someone getting harassed, but it seems that they have more of a pass to be angry in public, right? If you're a white female. Yeah, even if you go to the East Coast Thrill, I go to the empty parks. That can help, but the political sphere is different. That's what you have to understand. Right now, it's different out there. Even if you live way out in the middle of nowhere, I mean, who knows? Who knows? You might have some crazy right winger who thinks, you know, I don't know, something crazy, right? It, you know, if you watch the news with all the mass shootings and all that crazy stuff going on out there, like, who the hell knows what anybody's thinking out there? Like, we don't know which person out there is completely insane. So, in your best interest, it's a good time to find yourself a safe location to fly and not be bothered. I want I want you guys to have peace while you're flying. That's all. I feel like I want to go back to my early days of RC where I just kind of hung out with my uh, small group of RC dudes, and we always all flew together, and it was just, the idea of the Karen wasn't even around back then. No, we had the opposite of Karens in 2010. 15 years ago, they were like looking at you like you're, some kind of man child with an RC airplane or a drone. My ex-wife used to call me and my friends little boys, and I divorced her. You can see who is still here. So I get some thumbs up to that. Well, if you're low on money, I think, well, East Coast Thrills, let me put it to you this way. You said you're low on money, the RC club costs. So it would be about, I think it might be less than $100 for the AMA thing, and then I think it's usually about the average price of the AMA field membership is around $100 a year. So it would be about the same price as getting one bind and fly. I mean, maybe even a little less, right? So one less drone, and that's probably not worth it. Right? That's probably not worth it. So I don't know. I just want everybody to be happy and safe and be able to fly without, yeah, just magic, magic dragon. That's right. Amen to peace. We all just want a little bit of peace. Um, Last night, I didn't watch the news again when I was kind of like settling down last night, and I opened up the Pluto TV, um, the Pluto TV, and I wasn't watching the news on there. I just wanted to watch something like very low key, and I think the most low key show you can possibly watch right now would be like the Andy Griffith Show. You're not gonna learn a lot, but it's just chill. It's just chill. Um, I'm literally looking at what I want to give away for the next giveaway over here on the left side of the bench. I can't tell you guys yet. And let me know in the chat if we should do analog or DJI. Um, which brand do we think comes closest to DJI? I believe it would be something like Walksnail, Caddx, or HD0. Now, I so here's the thing for next year. My prediction for next year, and a lot of my predictions have come true. If you've been watching this channel, you've been paying attention. I've said this stuff. It's so crazy. I'll come out with a news video, and then it becomes true later with the DJI stuff. But I have a feeling that Walksnail and HD0 will be available next year. Especially keep your eyes on HD0 because um, they're starting. I believe they have a factory here in the U.S. So I would really pay attention to HD0. And yeah, Baxter says DJI finna be booted. They finna be booted. They already booted because I had two times now. You notice that in the last couple months we have had no Gap RC on the channel. For some reason, Customs keeps holding up Gap RC at the border. First time they sent it back. Second time they seized it. Uh, is it because there's a DJI VTX on there? Did they not properly estimate the value? Like, I don't understand why they're not letting something as small as a Dark Star 16 or 20 in a box this big come in. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. So that may give you some foreshadowing of maybe what's going to happen. And I mean, we don't have that much time left. December, I think it's hey, and remember the timing of this DJI, the closing window of the DJI ban. Remember the date? December 23rd. And guess who's not in the building on December 23rd? They're all on vacation. They're all on Christmas break. So if no one's there to give DJI the green light on December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas, guess what? Skydio gets their way. Not just Skydio, everybody else that was lobbying for that. And we all know how it works in DC. You schedule things to your advantage, probably. Not probably. So yeah, that's where we're at on that. I do feel like it's going to happen, and if it does happen, I have a feeling that I don't think that the components, things like Caddx, Walksnail, and maybe especially HD0, won't be added to the list of naughty items that you cannot buy. So, unfortunately, especially in the past 4 or 5 years, it started in 2020 when a lot of the stuff in Ukraine started popping off, and we had literally 80% of FPV drone companies disappear. They all disappeared off into the private sector. Where can you make more money? Making 1 million drones or making 5 or 600 for the hobby community? Where's the money? People always say follow the money, right? Follow the money. Yeah. And I have mentioned before, we are very lucky to have companies like Beta FPV making FPV toys, right? Because, you know, some of these companies could make more money selling vacuum cleaners, right? And they probably have less problems and they sell them for more money. Um, and all of us already probably have Chinese vacuum cleaner. Magic Dragon drones. Is it a complete ban on anything DJI? About 90% of it, probably. So I mentioned also get your batteries as well. If you the most notorious thing about a DJI drone, and this is for the long run, and DJI has the worst shelf life of any drone company, I believe, for batteries. I have lipos that are 15 years old that I could still take out and drive a RC car or fly them in an RC airplane or even on one of my quads. For whatever reason, DJI's it must have an internal kill switch because all of my original DJI batteries that are, I'd say, 8 years old are completely dead and won't take a charge. Now, who did that? Did DJI do it, or did just sitting on the shelf in the garage do that? Um, I suspect that DJI has a time limit for their batteries, and they decide to destroy it. And the problem with that is that 15 years from now, if you still have your drone in mint condition sitting on the shelf over there, um, the original battery will be garbage. And then you're going to have to find some third party company that makes them, hopefully on Amazon somewhere. So I think that's a big scam as far as the DJI batteries go. So I can't stand the stock DJI batteries. And I have seen other larger, say Matrice style batteries, the big, the ones that the police use for their surveillance drones. A lot of those batteries swell. Some of the most expensive DJI batteries that they make, and probably some of the most produced for surveillance drones. And those are probably the most, Matrice series is probably the most produced outside of the Phantom series and the Mavics. Okay, so let me know real quickly before we get into this giveaway. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it very soon right now because I've ranted long enough about different news things and just happenings in the hobby right now, RC hobby and FPV. Um, to to win any of the giveaways, you have to have had commented on uh, like, comment, subscribe on the videos from the past month when we first announced the giveaway. So that could be any video in the last, yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Very simple. Let me know where you're from. So I'm excited for you guys. I am excited. I appreciate you guys too. I love you guys, and we have such we, ha- you know, I don't spend a whole lot of time on other channels, I promise I'll stop rambling. But I just have to say this before we do this. I don't spend a lot of time on other channels looking at the chat and the comments and things, but I feel like we always have such a like a positive crowd here on our channel. So that's really awesome. And you guys have always been known as the DC Army. We also have um, the Timbers here in town, and we have the Timbers Army as well. And those guys are hardcore at the soccer matches. They have this whole one side of the arena, and it's like full of people dressed up like a bunch of Celts or something with drums, and it's crazy. But it's super loud over there. And anytime that I've needed any type of defense too, like you guys have always kind of came together and stuck up for us. And um, I choose to stay in my own lane a lot of times on this channel. But I appreciate the everybody that's on the channel and all the positivity that you guys bring to the channel. I think that's awesome. Um, because we have so many toys to play with, so much cool RC stuff. I'm stoked for it. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty wholesome and friendly place. Like, Baxter, yeah, for sure. Because like, I want people to have one of my videos on and not have like the kid across the room hearing me say like stuff like just curse words and stuff like that. You know, try to keep it so that like if my kids are watching it 20 years from now and they're watching their dad, they're not like, man, my dad was kind of slime ball, you know. And why not, right? Have it keep it light, keep it positive, low key. Lee said we support the hobby. Absolutely. Scooby Dooby said he's super stoked about the Horizon Camps collab. Me too, man. I talked to my girlfriend the other day about that, Mrs. Camps, and we were talking about Horizon, and I was explaining to her what a big deal this is. Like, what a big deal it is for me to be back into the Horizon ecosphere with Spectrum and E Flight. Um, and if you've ever tried to get an RC sponsorship or tried to get sponsored as an RC car uh, racing guy at the track, man, that is one of the hardest things to do is get sponsored like by I mean, they don't pay me to make videos, so I'm not technically sponsored. Um, but that is one of the hardest things to do. Just to even get free car parts and stuff like that as a racer, you got to be winning a lot. It's very competitive down at the tracks. We have PDX Underground here in Portland, and it is extremely, extremely competitive, super competitive. So if you're a guy my age too, it's even harder because there's kids out there that are like 17, 16, 17, just smoking dudes on the racetrack. And we might should go over maybe collaborate with PDX Underground sometime and do some live RC car races. I don't know if you guys would like to see that, but they have races all the time over there, and it's a lot of fun. They have a huge, really nice carpet track. They have a drift track, and they also have I believe they just put in a brand new microclass scale racing track as well. I just got a low C track racer, carpet racer, a couple weeks ago, so I'm pretty happy about that. Very nice RC car, and pretty cheap too. It's only it's about this big, old school like Baja buggy style. Freaking sweet. All right, so I love it. All RC, all things RC, all the time on the channel. And this TX15 Max will pretty much fly and I mean it drive if you want. It'll do anything. ELRS, long range, short range, proximity, whoops. Very, very stankin' nice sticks on here. We've got the AGO2 M2 gimbals on there. Guy Actual, you coming in a little bit late on the honeypot, brother? Drop in the honeypots in the chat if you want to get into our honeypot. Honeypot, you're looking at the honeypot right here. It is TX15 Max with a case, accessories, and I threw this in there for you guys. It's a replacement board for a TX15. It's a TX15 board, brand new, that I'm gonna drop in this giveaway. Um, Autograph propeller because we give these away sometimes when you buy something. just to hang on the wall, wherever your hanger is, wherever your pleasure room, your honey pot, in your shop, in the garage, whatever. Just nail it to the wall. So I want to see some honeypots in the chat. Drop in some honeypots there. You can do the same thing on the future videos. Drop in a honeypot on the giveaway, and then just put like where you're from. And if you're not subscribed and you do that, I can see you're not subscribed, by the way. So all these people that are putting comment for a giveaway and then they're not a subscriber, people that have YouTube channels can see that you're subscribed or not when you make a comment. So just to let you know, don't be that guy, because I could tell if you're subscribed or not. And the reason that you need to be subscribed is, well, for my subscriber count, but also so that you can be notified when the live stream is coming, because you'll see it in a community post on the posts page, and you'll get a notification if you turn on the bell. So yeah, Drew says just do it. So I do have a winner. I went back through the videos and not using AI, not using an auto selector, no machines were used in this announcement, and you do not have to be present to win it. And I picked this person. Myself. So all right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Are you guys ready for this? A drum roll, please. Should I go get a drink real quick and come back and then announce it? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's the stuff I do to my kids. Be like, all right, daddy's gonna show you. Wait. Let daddy go get another another drink here. Just kidding. All right, legendary TX15 is gonna get shipped to somebody, and I freaking hope that you enjoyed the live stream today. Absolutely. EXang IR says peace to the community, the RC community. Absolutely. Peace, love, and like happiness to everyone out there in the FPV community as well. Because we're all the same bunch of dudes. We just want to be able to do this hobby and not be provoked, harassed, or intimidated. And we just want our parts. We just want our parts to come in the mail. Stop stopping our parts at the border. This stuff is not hurting anybody. We're not hurting anybody in this hobby. We're just here to have fun. That's it. Okay. So drum rolls are coming in. I have yeah. Oh yeah. I have a name. It is a subscriber on the channel, which he had to be. This man is a subscriber, and he has commented on many videos in the past 30 days, more than 30 days. And when I announce the winner, please be nice, please be kind to others, and the winner as well. Please give him some congrats in the chat, and like just be positive, you guys. Be positive when I announce the winner. Please don't email me later and be like, "Oh man, this is rigged." I don't want to hear that. It's not rigged. it would be the same if you were here with me and we picked together. We just look with our own eyeballs and pick out a winner. It has nothing to do with anything under the sun, except this is the person who I picked. Not using any machines, no AI, no auto pickers or anything like that. Personally handpicked out of a video. And I didn't pre-pick the person that wins either. It's not pre-picked. It's not rigged. So silly. Mhm. You know, the people that come back and say it's rigged are the people that are just, I guess, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're just super butthurt or something that they didn't get it or something. I don't know what to do with this. Um, yes, peace, love, and RC. Like, just we just want good vibes. That's all. Just good vibes. Keep it positive. Keep it light, low key, and the winner is. I'm gonna drop his name here into the chat. If you are watching this video, if you're currently participating in the live stream, you can drop me your email. Um, you can drop me your email right in the chat, and if you want to delete it, just leave it there long enough for me to grab your email, because that way we can keep the email tied to the screen name. And at Cajun Green Man, brother, please do email me, bro. I have something for you. I have something for you. I wanted to chat with you. Um, okay, I'm typing up a nice little thing here for the winner. Again, we guys want to keep it positive, okay? Stay positive in the chat. Hashtag no butt hurt allowed. All right. Okay, it's going to be awesome, you guys. I'm so thankful to be able to give this away, and it's due to 11 years worth of soul crushing work on this channel to be able to be where I am now. Um, and people ask me all the time, like, how do I get all the warehouses and all the companies to send me stuff? I want to start a YouTube channel. Upload every day. That's what all of the YouTubers will tell you. Upload every day and make it your life, and just unending uploads, just soul crushing uploads. So, and then stay positive at the end of all of that, even on your worst days. That's why we have the hashtag never give up. Um, but first and foremost, do what you love. I don't give a crap if it's cigars or firearms. Just do what you love. Okay. Or model rockets, whatever. All right, I'm gonna drop the winner in the chat, okay? And then we're going to give some props to his YouTube channel. So maybe he should start uploading some drone videos. Hand picked, hand selected, and not rigged. Here we go. Our guy, Scooby Dooby, has won the TX15 Max Edition, my guy. Scooby Dooby has won it. The winner of the TX15, none other than Mr. Scooby Dooby himself. This man has won a TX15 Max. I will be boxing this up and shipping it out tomorrow. So if you're in the chat, I did see it pop up. You don't have to be here in this live stream to win. Um, I did go back through the videos while you guys were watching the live stream and picked it myself. He has made some awesome and very kind comments in the past 30 days. And I mean, sometimes you will get rewarded for being kind. And I think this is an appropriate example of someone who is so kind on the channel and has so much positivity to bring to the channel. So, um, if, you know, yeah. So, nice guy finishes last is not always the case, especially here on my channel. So, nice guys will absolutely get noticed. Your kindness is noticed, and I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Scooby Dooby says, I can say goodbye to my Light Radio 3. I would keep it as a backup, you know. All right. Hey, Carpet X Slayer, thank you for becoming a supporter, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. This was really a lot of fun to do. Like, this was a major giveaway for me. I wish more people in the community had seen it to get in on it. Um, but again, like, we'll just try to do something again next month that like people love, and want to be a part of. But my best interactions on the channel come from people who participate on the channel and honestly make some honest comments, and even feedback, like constructive feedback on the videos, like if you see something that I missed, or sometimes I misspell things, and sometimes I jokingly say like, um, that's how you know that I'm not AI, because I still make spelling mistakes or typos or somewhere here or there, and that's how you know this channel hasn't been hijacked by AI. Um, so, Scooby Dooby, go ahead and drop me your email in the chat, and I'm gonna shoot you an email real quick. And hell yeah, brother! Congratulations. You're gonna get that extra board there too. Um, so at Baxter says a fellow YouTuber won. No, he's not a YouTuber. He has some playlists that he created, but he doesn't actually have any videos. Yeah, the AG Guy Actual says the AGO2 gimbals are sweet. They are. They're really sweet. Right. Majority of the people that win think you can be a YouTuber and win. I don't see any problem with that. Um, so hell yeah. All right. Just gonna make sure that I'm not Scooby Dooby. If you're in the chat, drop your email here. Or maybe it's not letting you drop the email. Let's see. Like, mix it up a little bit. Put some spaces in between, like the at symbol or whatever. Mix it up so we could just get that fire off that email to you. And I'll wait for that before we do any type of ending on the live stream, so that we make sure we connect properly. Yeah, I'd say that the guy actual says the screen's really good too. I will, it's smaller than the TX16S screen, which I did end up making mine a touchscreen, but it consumes way less energy than the TX15 than the TX16S. The S drain batteries much quicker. But what I would suggest for even the TX15s, get that big 6200 milliamp battery. And man, I swear you'll only have to charge that radio. I use mine every day, and I only have to charge it like once a month. Somebody else, Baxter said, go back last 2 months, did it all as they came out. Yeah, that's awesome, brother. You will get noticed. You will get noticed. Yeah, it was fun. Koshi me. Koshi is me. Thank you. This was a super fun giveaway to do. Scooby Doo said my old lady is hating. I I, well, Scooby Doo, just let her know that there is a Justin Davis hater, Justin Davis wives hater club out there on Facebook. If she wants to join that, there's a bunch of wives who are pretty pissed off at me for making their guys buy all the RC crap in their house. So this is going to be one more piece of RC tech that's sitting on your bench that you're going to cherish, but just make sure it doesn't accidentally fall off the bench and break a switch. Yeah, Scooby Dooby, drop your email in the chat if you didn't already. Yeah, I'll drop Scooby's channel in the chat if you guys want to go subscribe to his channel. I don't know why it's not letting me. So you can find it on YouTube by typing in this right here. It's not letting me paste. Why you do that, YouTube? she, she, please don't break that man's radio. All right, so you can go check out his YouTube channel there. You can subscribe to his YouTube channel by that handle right there. If I have auto mod turned on, it will kill any emails. Yeah, okay. Um, so Scoob, if you have put in your email there, mix it up a little bit and like put some spaces in between it so my auto killer doesn't like deny your comment or whatever. I'm gonna try to somehow turn that off. I don't know how in the heck in the crap I can do that. Let's see. Holy crap. Man, I do not see where to. Let's see. Oh, my lady's home, you guys. Uh-oh. All right. Mrs. Camp's now entering the studio. She's gonna say hello. 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 Oh, guy, yeah, I couldn't find it, guy. I was looking for it. I can't figure out how to turn that setting off. So hey, Scoob, you're gonna have to get creative. You're gonna have to somehow put the email in the chat, but like put some spaces in it, or somehow do that so that the auto delete option, or the auto moderator doesn't stop the email from coming through. Um, but I do need that for making a connection, so we can hook up and I can get your address and all that good stuff. Still waiting. All right, Scoop, if you can still hear me, go ahead and try to do that for us. I don't see anything coming through yet. Because I want to ship this tomorrow. It's showing up on your side. It's not showing up on my side. It's so weird. Okay, Scoob, I'll tell you what you do. Type in a sentence here in the chat. I'll try to fix this for the next live stream giveaway. But go ahead and type in a sentence, and then like let me know like what the name, the first part of the email will be in a sentence, and that way when you email me, I'll know what your handle is. But yeah, I want to box this up. Get it on the road. Oh yeah, there you go. That's a good idea. Guy's got ideas that work. The biggest thing is just making sure we identify, you as you and not someone else. I've seen some other streamers do giveaways. Okay. All right, bro. Scooby Dooby. So yeah, you guys, we finally have a winner. It's freaking awesome. Um, I could have easily put this one up in the store and sold it, but I thought it would be funner to give away. So I thought it would be a very nice toy for somebody to get and use and appreciate. Let's see. Shoot one over to dronecamps@gmail. So next, what I have to do is I have a post office trip coming up, and I'm gonna mail out some of the stuff that you guys got from the store over the weekend, and some of the stuff that doesn't go out today will go out tomorrow. Technique, man, I appreciate you hanging out. Love the community here. Uh, Brew Rizzle says, "Congrats to the winner." Yeah, Scooby Dooby, send it over to dronecamps at gmail. Pretty simple email there. Dronecamps at gmail.com. Cool. All right, my friends. I will announce the upcoming giveaway this week. I will put something together for you. Be a nice little bundle. And Scooby Dooby, go ahead and put your t-shirt size in. Email me your t-shirt size as well, and I will drop a t-shirt in the box too. I've got some tees to give away, so we'll send you all the stuff. And again, I appreciate you guys hanging out on the channel for the live stream. And I do believe we'll do some type of drone for the next giveaway. Yeah, man, appreciate you guys. Thumbs up the video and make some comments down below on the main part of the video too for that stankin' algorithm to grab it and push it up. But yeah, man, this is a conclusion to the Radiomaster TX15 Max giveaway. Well, I love you guys. Peace out, everybody. Shane, Scooby Dooby, Technique, Guy, all you guys that were in the chat today. Appreciate all you guys. Win Jumbie, Lamer2356, Baxter Tribe, Punk Rock 89, Pano Messi, DD fellas, all you guys, man. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. And we will see you on the next one. Peace.